Are YouTube Shorts overrated or underrated? Do you actually need fancy camera gear to succeed on YouTube? And is asking your viewers to like and subscribe to your channel actually necessary? These are just some of the things that we cover in this YouTube edition of Underrated or Overrated. Check this out.
YouTube tags.
Underrated. Nobody's using them properly still.
I think they're overrated. YouTube has come out and said that they're not really a big deal. I think they're a big deal when you're starting out to give you clarity on the keywords you're going for. So, but I think overall, they're probably overrated right now.
I say underrated just because, like, I think if you don't know how those work,
I
don't like people are still posting if they have a video, they're showing you how to cook a vegan meal. They're like, food, network, eat. You don't get it yet.
Omar, I agree with Omar. I think they're misunderstood.
Yeah, that's right.
That's actually really good. Yeah,
because they're overrated to the person who thinks they're magical keyword things, the fairy dust that are going to grow their video. But if you don't understand how to think, if you don't understand how to think and you're typing food in your tags, you weren't even making the right video because it should be best method for cooking falafels with organic ingredients. That should literally be the tag phrase, the keyword phrase, because you put that much thought into building your video. Next.
What about YouTube Shorts?
YouTube Shorts are underrated. Underrated for sure. The supply is not meeting demand. Now, if you're in business, you got to really think about that statement. If there is more demand than there is supply, which there is right now, the amount of people that want to consume shorts is massive. It's like 105 billion views a month. There's more shorts views than views of regular videos right now. Now, that doesn't mean there's not without problems. The quality of the viewership, the audience, the demographic, but I think it would be irresponsible to ignore YouTube Shorts.
I agree with you. The only thing I would say that's overrated about shorts, in my mind, like people really put too much value on views on shorts. I don't think shorts views are the same as YouTube views.
Fact.
Like YouTube Shorts, when you're scrolling through something really quick, it's not like, I mean, it's almost like a very surface level first touch point, which I think shorts are good for. But people sometimes go, oh, I got 100,000 views on shorts, or like even on TikTok, 100,000 views. And it's like, they didn't really translate to anything, though. Like, even though it's just a metric, it's kind of like you were saying earlier.
It did. It translated to vanity, okay?
I know,
Come
exactly.
on.
That's what I'm saying. But you were saying earlier that, like, you know, you can't cash in 100K silver play button. I feel that same way about views when it comes to shorts sometimes and TikTok if you don't do it smart. Like, if you don't.
You gotta have a way. Where should they go next, or what is even the purpose of doing them? You know, like where are they going to go deeper? Because you get a short that pops off, and then what? You know, so where does it go from there?
Yeah, I mean, as someone who like really enjoys creating quality content, I am biased at this whole short form content revolution.
Yeah. Me too.
It's just like people doing a dance and getting 1 million views, and you're life changing. I guess you're life changing with 1 million views, but like, are you monetizing that dance or something? Like, I mean, I get it. I think it's understanding the intention. We talk about reverse engineering. Shorts should be. I would say that it should be your intent to be seen, and then that's why hopefully having something that connects them to something deeper. But I think at the end of the day, I follow YouTubers that know what they're doing, and I love their content because of what they're doing. One that comes to mind is Random Golf Club. This guy makes incredible films around playing golf, and they're just done at such a high level. I would hate for him to drop shorts, but every time he drops a video and they're 30 minutes long, I'm on. Yeah. So you get to determine that. But like Sean said, supply and demand, we're throwing up shorts on Think Media.
Well, yeah, and I think it also depends like how much energy you're putting. Like for me, I think if you're doing it at the sacrifice of your VRA'd video, I don't think that's worth it in my mind.
Dude,
what do you think, Sean?
I think #Tony the Wise.
Wow.
That's a good. Yeah, I mean, if it's stealing from your most significant impact, then it would be not a good use of your time.
For me, shorts is like another thing to do.
Sure.
Like, that's what it feels like. And it's like, if you are steering away from the main thing not being the main thing anymore, then it just becomes too much. And we're implementing shorts now with team. And actually, most people that we see that are being successful with shorts have some type of team built around them or some type of system built around them to make that even possible without burning out.
Or it's a viral prank. But then again, those views don't really, those aren't valuable views in my mind.
Like the ones I'm watching are unvaluable to my life at all. They're just funny and the entertainment stuff, but I'm not clicking follow. I'm literally just swiping.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yep.
it's not actually making me it's not giving me an impact in my life. How long should a video be?
As short as possible, as long as necessary is like the easy cop out answer. I'm a fan of 5 to 8 minutes right now.
Yeah.
5 to 8 minutes.
I would say the same way. I think length really matters, but pacing even matters more. I think like one of the things I always think about
Pacing.
as I will show one of my I have to probably drive my wife crazy with this, but I literally will show her videos and films that I'm working on, and that's will be my litmus test when she's watching it. And then I'm like, I feel cringe, or I feel a little like, oh, like this part's boring, this part's this.
Yeah.
That's how I know the video's too long. That's where I can
know
feel
if somebody's watching something and they're like, okay, and then if it gets dull and they go, do they check
Yes,
in?
yeah, yep.
As soon as you lose them,
Or when you're telling
pacing.
them a story and it's just disrespectful, but your
You're
story
like, I guess
sucks.
I need to work on my storytelling.
Your story's
Yeah.
Sorry. Got to be a good storyteller. And no, I think that's the thing. Like Omar said, when the person he's invested with, the golfer, you were invested in his content, he drops 30 minutes, you're into it. There's a podcaster I listen to. Her podcasts are 2 hours long. I listen to the whole thing
How'd
while
you
I'm getting
discover her?
ready. I was listening to Lisa Bevere. So a lot of their content will
Did you
be
have
longer.
pre-existing trust with her?
I did. Yeah, I read her
So
books.
there's
I
probably
was
not
like,
a lot of 2-hour things you're going to watch from a
No.
stranger that's not recommended
No,
to you.
no, for sure, definitely. I
Yeah.
mean, I get if a video is 5 minutes and I'm like, I could have got that in 3. I
Yeah.
don't click on that person again
Yeah.
because I'm like, you are wasting my time.
I think when you're starting, you should start with short content. And we talk about speed dating. And it's that the reason you go on speed dates is so you don't get trapped on a Friday night out with somebody where all of a sudden they're like, let's get gelato first. We'll walk in the park. Then we're going to watch the Lord of the Rings extended version. And I've got dessert planned after. And you're like, wait a minute. I just discovered I don't like your personality to start with. So speed dating first. And so if you challenge yourself to make 3, 4, 5 to 8 minute videos that are really valuable, because once you have trust, like sometimes maybe somebody sees one of our videos at 1.4 million views. I'm teaching for 45 minutes.
Crazy.
But I've been working at this for 10 years. Like, built some trust, built up to that.
Yeah.
I think you should start with shorter videos.
Casey Neistat.
Properly rated.
properly. Yeah, I'd say properly rated. Yeah.
The dude. The dude.
Overrated.
Overrated.
Like now or like?
Yeah.
I mean, he's
He's
if
a-
there was
yeah.
a Hall of Fame
Yeah,
of influence,
He's incredible.
In vlogging, especially.
He
Storyteller.
he paved the way.
Yeah.
This is just
Cool
it is
vibe,
it is a good
dad.
lesson on you can't be number one forever.
Surfer.
Yeah.
But he had his.
Well, he doesn't have to make
Unless you're
videos now,
Kanye.
and he's still Casey Neistat.
And he's
Still
and
Casey Neistat.
Now, when one drops, it blows up because
it's
it's
rare.
rare
Yep.
that it
Yeah.
happens now.
It's like that
Yeah.
Adele effect.
Yeah.
Adele doesn't put out albums for like 3, 4, 5 years on end, and when they drop, it's instant classic because we're waiting. Kendrick Lamar too. Drop your
Hold
album.
on.
You can't say number one forever unless you're Kanye,
Come on.
right?
Just
Yeah,
Kanye.
yeah, just
Kanye's number
Kanye.
one.
Okay. All right. Ready? Faceless channels.
Underrated.
Underrated. Super underrated.
I think more people should get started with faceless because you don't need a camera. If you had editing software, if you had the ability to record your audio on your smartphone, and you just don't want to get ready and you want to start producing content, you might be able to move quicker.
I think also it's just the idea, like, you know what faceless channels remind me of they remind me of niche Amazon affiliate sites. They remind me of understanding that there's an audience, there's a desire for content, there are people that want to watch something, and you build a business around it. So a niche Amazon affiliate site was like all things pets and dogs, and you would just like eventually link to tons of dog products. So you can make a faceless dog channel that's more you're business minded. You're like, I like dogs. I could get clips. I could get memes off TikTok. I could get a lot of dog stuff. And so I sometimes think that we put too much of the personal brand on a pedestal, and that faceless channels could be a huge opportunity that people could explore.
I think too. I would agree that overall they're underrated. I think that some people though think they're easy. Like they think
Right.
like I feel like for us sitting here knowing positioning, knowing video editing, knowing how to like lead people, or if we want to do that with a team and outsource those things, I think if someone's just starting, doesn't know video editing, doesn't know that stuff, doesn't understand pacing, doesn't understand positioning, it actually could be a huge mountain for them to climb.
I mean, just as hard, equally. There's no advantage necessarily over the personal brand. They get
Right.
overhyped in their simplicity.
Yes.
A lot of
people say they're
are
easy. Oh, it's
Yeah.
like it's cash cow. They call it this cash cow channel,
cash cow.
like turning us
Tony's
around.
favorite thing.
Like I'm like
Well,
cash
and I
cow
was just
channel.
talking, I
Hanging
was just talking
plants
to
and cash
somebody
cows.
that spent $20,000 on a guru and spent another $3,000 on promotion and spends $900 a month to keep the thing running, and the channel's making $80 right now, and it was promised that it'd make a lot more. I'm into them, but I don't think nothing is easy.
Overrated or underrated gear?
Like camera gear?
Camera gear.
Overrated.
I would agree. It's overrated.
Like, use a window, prop your phone, like, make a video.
I think gear is properly rated.
Oh, properly. Okay.
I think it's properly rated. I think it matters. It doesn't matter as much as you think it does, but you don't also want to disrespect the gear. And I'm excited because Omar is going to be focusing so much on like smartphone, because like smartphone's expensive. Like,
Yeah.
a good smartphone's
But
expensive.
people are making that purchase almost every year or doing like,
and it's
you know.
and so it's smart to get a good smartphone if you're
For
going to
sure.
use it for that purpose, or to get 2 smartphones, use your last year for a camera or whatever, and then to get the gear necessary for it. But yeah, it's definitely overhyped that you need, something. People are overspending on gear when they could be. I think you need to spend on gear. We studied in that first session that the average content entrepreneur is spending $10,000 to get their
Crazy.
career started on gear and coaching and information. But where you put that, some people just completely spend it all on a camera when lenses,
Boom.
Lighting.
lighting,
Audio.
software, a
Your
video editing
backdrop,
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think about gear a lot as like almost like a painter. They're paintbrushes, right? It's like you still have to know how to paint. Like I almost feel like you need to invest in learning how to paint, learning how
Sure.
to make a good video before you like invest in a ton of gear.
But as Leonardo da Vinci said,
yeah, okay, okay.
he said,
this is amazing.
No, I don't know.
Oh, I
but
was
he
like,
probably,
dude, that's incredible.
but he probably
He probably
he
said-
probably cared about his brushes.
Yes.
So like they are your tools.
They are important. You
Dude,
have to love them.
I can't wait for the Battle Station series for the new Battle Station
it's
we
gonna be so
built with
good.
Kyle.
Oh my God,
And I mean,
yeah.
those tools, the details matter. Like I really care. Like I feel like I am Luke Skywalker in an X-wing.
But you know how to paint. That's what I'm saying. He's like, you know how to paint, so those
Thank you,
purchases
Tony.
actually like upgrade you significantly.
appreciate that.
You drop that full battle station on someone who doesn't know what's going on.
And
they're
you
like,
know,
yeah.
And it's not about your resources, it's about your
Love
resources.
it. Let's go.
Yes.
And from being faithful in the season when I had the Canon HV30, and when eventually I scrimped to get the Canon 7D, not 70D, 7D back in 2009 and 10, in every season I learned how to paint.
Yes.
Now you give me a brush.
You get better. Yep.
And you get a
And you know your
masterpiece.
strokes.
Come on.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, we
All
got
right.
it.
This
right.
is how we make up.
But no,
yeah.
yeah. Sean alluded to like when Kyle built out his Washington setup. This is the first time Sean was now live streaming with 2 angles, and he was able to just to do it naturally. It was like natural with him. I think back to it. I think you just got to know where you're at and know what you want.
Yeah.
So like so a lot of times people ask me, they want everything, but like, is it really just a shot that you need? Because it probably is just like a simple setup. That's why I think gear a lot of times when I get in arguments with Kyle because I'm like, dude, we got it, we're good, and he's like, nah, bro, we need a $2,000 slider.
So good. Okay. What about an upload schedule? What's your take on that?
I think it's overrated. Just post videos. Like, if you need the schedule to keep you consistent, awesome. But I think we start dwelling on like the time of the day,
Yeah.
this, that, and the other, dude, just post videos.
You're right. Like exactly. People go, okay, I have 3 in the can. Should I post all 3 this week, or should I spread them out over 3 weeks? Or I know I'm going to go on vacation, and I'm like, I don't know. Just post them all. Like post as many videos as you can when you can. But then if I said I'm going to do every Tuesday, and I did 3 Tuesdays in a row. But
This
if I
is
don't do
good.
the 4th Tuesday,
Yeah, this is so paralyzing.
no. Honestly, probably no one's going to care as much as you think. What you are also looking for yesterday. We were talking about videos 10 years old that just grew the channel 6,000 views, 6 subscribers, $25, 66 new subscribers on the Asus monitor video. What does that tell me? It tells me that in a way, it kind of doesn't matter when the video is uploaded.
Yeah.
It matters that it keeps getting watched, and it matters about just building a library that people can access on demand. So, of course, post it at like a smart time of the day, not in the weird middle of the night when probably your demographic location audience is asleep. But once that video takes off life following the 7R framework, it can just keep working for you. And you never look back and think, when did I upload that? Like, that's not what matters. What
Right.
matters is it's getting real-time views today.
Yeah, I think the only time it matters, to be honest with you, is when it's like a regular show.
Like a live
Like
show,
if it's a
like a-
show,
yeah.
like I think about even uploads that aren't necessarily live. Like for example, like I follow Corridor Crew. I know every Saturday morning they're dropping a CGI artist reacts, and I'm gonna watch it almost every Saturday.
Don't let your upload schedule control your life. Like take breaks. Like
Great.
it's
I also say
this
don't-
is YouTube, but this is not. Yeah, this is not everything.
And I want to
in
encourage
life.
to people too, like don't do a press release on your schedule.
That's right.
Yeah.
Before you've like actually done it,
That's
or
a
even
pet
like
peeve.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like a huge pet peeve. Like,
Don't declare. People
Yeah.
always declare. A lot
I
of
do
big
it
things
all
are
the
coming
time.
on this
I'm
channel.
always like, I have new videos coming out soon in the next 2 years.
A lot, like don't say anything. Just do it. And people won't even necessarily even know. They're not paying attention. They're like, oh, you do? Let me put that on my calendar. Like let's just put it out when it's out. When like the apple pie is ready, then it's ready.
It's ready. It's
like,
delicious.
every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for the rest of my life,
Yeah,
I will
no,
be posting
you do
a
not.
video.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that.
We had someone ask, they were like, I'm going on vacation. Go on vacation.
That's great.
Then that's
Yeah.
great.
Well, what if I don't post? Then don't.
Then don't.
Post when you get back.
Yeah, it's great.
All right. How about asking people to subscribe or like the video, Heather?
I think it's underrated because people need to know what to do next. When I think about maybe different demographics and age groups, they actually need to like know that that's how they see more videos. A lot of people are on YouTube but actually don't know how to use YouTube.
I think demographics come into play.
That's the
there.
demographics,
Really,
yeah.
'cause
But
I
I
was
feel
gonna
like
say,
if you, but depending on your demographic, I'm speaking to
Yeah.
maybe the
'Cause
older
I think
demographic.
I think you go Gen Z, and I think
Gen
they're-
Z, they already
completely
no,
overrated.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I think you literally again grenade, especially if you're saying at the front. It's like, oh hey, welcome, hey I'm Tony. Also, can you subscribe and then can you like and then also don't forget to leave a comment. Like I've seen
Oh,
videos
wait, make
like
sure you
that.
keep your like
Notifications.
notification bells
on. Yeah, like and it's like a whole like 40-second. It's just white noise.
yeah, it becomes
Yeah.
robotic.
Yeah, like I just think like people just starting out, I don't think they have to worry about that or
Sure.
focus a ton of energy on it when they're
And
starting.
it doesn't influence me, and I'm not
Yep.
representative of every people.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
once
we're
I see
so
the
deep.
quality of the content,
Yeah.
once I see,
Yeah.
like even if I hear it, I'm like, well, I'm not going to subscribe because you told me to. I'm
Right.
going to see what I'm experiencing on the channel.
I watch a lot of YouTube on my television, and there's not.
can't.
It's not like an intuitive like
Yeah.
subscribe thing. You can't look at
Good call.
comments. You can't look at description. But YouTube is serving me people that I would watch a video on, and then they're serving me another one of their videos. Sometimes I click on it, and then they serve me more of their videos
Because of
So
consumption.
that's
Wow.
why I feel like it is
Yeah.
properly rated in the sense that like if you never subscribe to a person, you will get hit with them
Yes.
if you sat on their video and you
Yeah.
watched it through.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And I
Lord.
think clicking subscribe, when I think about like my parents, they don't subscribe to like anyone. Maybe they have like, they've subscribed to like 5 channels. I'm subscribed to like 5,000 channels, right? So the difference of even demographically who you're going after, I think that a lot of people who are getting started maybe in their legacy years or they have been in a career and they're starting to teach that career, they're hitting a demographic that it's not intuitive for that to be a thing. And they're not watching it yet on their TVs. We're so deep that we're like, of course YouTube on your TV, you know?
And I think that's one of the ones we have on our list for the show is, are subscribers overrated or
Yeah.
underrated? I think subscribers are overrated.
Yep.
Now, they are
Yep.
a baseline, potentially, and you do want to build them because the video goes out and is distributed. But to your point, click-through rate and average view duration is what matters. And I'm watching videos on my smartphone, smart TV as well. When you consume a video, your parents, my parents now, who have YouTubers that they're watching, they're just waiting for the algorithm to keep feeding them that same
Right.
creator.
Right.
And so more unsubscribed channels might be being fed your videos, where your actual subscribers may have just tuned out. They don't log into YouTube anymore. And depending on how long you've been on the platform, dated subscribers could actually be a hindrance, or subscribers can hurt your channel if you've pivoted your niche or your brand, because
Yeah.
now they're not clicking on your videos, killing it.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you, and I think the underrated stat that's compared like opposite of that is the average video per viewer. I think is the stat where how many videos does a viewer watch on your channel on average. That's the stat I care
Sure.
more about necessarily than even just the overall subscriber amount.
If you love this video, then you're going to love our podcast, specifically this one. So click on the screen and check it out. I'll see you guys later.